Professor Emeritus at Harvard Law School and author of The Preventative State. Alan Dershowitz, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. So it's wild that some of the stuff we're seeing, the DOJ has come out and said, yeah, this is actually fake. So how do we separate fact from fiction with all of this? 30,000 more pages released Tuesday. This is a mess.
I would say most of the things that are being released now are either fake or totally irrelevant. CNN spent the whole day yesterday about this Nassar letter. Everybody knew it was fake. It was obvious it was fake. Just compare the handwriting. You see it's not Epstein's handwriting. And then take the Farmer letter, the Maria Farmer letter. Every network has been focusing on the Maria Farmer letter because she filed a complaint with the FBI that she took some pictures of her sisters and Jeffrey Epstein stole it. That is a smoking gun of innocence. What happened is Maria Farmer filed a complaint with the FBI and never said she was abused. She never said her sister was abused. This is the dog that didn't bark, according to Sherlock Holmes. This is the best proof that Maria Farmer never made a complaint complaining that she was abused or that her sister was abused. And yet every network is focusing on Maria Farmer. Oh, this is the clear proof that the FBI didn't investigate the case earlier on. If Maria Farmer had been abused, she would have said so. She is somebody who has a tremendous credibility problem. She's a Holocaust denier. She's a woman who says that Jews control the entire economy of the world. They're controlled by the Rothschilds. She has identified being at places in times that Jeffrey Epstein didn't even own. Everything she has said is questionable, and yet CNN and other networks are focusing on Maria Farmer as if she's the gold standard. She is the gold standard of lack of credibility. And so what we're seeing is the new McCarthyism, this disclosure of information, fake after fake after fake. Many of the women who have come forward never met Jeffrey Epstein, never heard of Jeffrey Epstein. Their lawyers just pushed them into filing complaints to collect the $50,000 that anybody collected who claimed they were Jeffrey Epstein victims. And so the next job of the media, including this media, is to look hard at all this evidence and to look hard at whether or not the information is credible. We already know that the Nassar letters are fake. We know that the Maria Farmer letter is the dog that didn't bark. Let's look at everything else and see what's credible and what's not credible. You can't do that if you have only partial releases. You have to have complete release of every single document, including the documents that show they're liars. We have a woman named Sarah Ransom who claimed that she had videotapes of Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump with young girls. It turns out it's all fake. She made the whole story up. And so we have to be so careful. And like with McCarthyism, we're just believing everything because CNN wants to believe it.
Right. Yeah, Professor, to that point, there's obviously a lot of fake information, conspiracy theories, AI, just tips that never panned out that are now coming to the public. People are immediately just jumping to and assuming guilt or guilt by association. Doesn't this also prove that stuff should not be released like that? Maybe the media can sift through it, but the general public doesn't have the background to be able to do that.
Well, either you release everything or you release nothing. What you can't do is release only the accusations and not the proof that they're false. There ought to be a major investigation of Maria Farmer, of her credibility, of her background, of the stories she told, of her Holocaust denial. She said that all the pedophiles are Jews. Would the FBI ever believe her? Of course not. If the FBI had followed up on that lead, they would have been guilty of malpractice. There are all kinds of crackpot leads that come in. Maria Farmer is a nutcase. And of course the FBI shouldn't believe anything she says. Nobody should believe anything she says. And that's true of a lot of the people who are on television. There was a woman on television yesterday, and she was talking about being a victim. It turns out she was a pimp for Jeffrey Epstein. She brought 14, 15, 16-year-olds to Jeffrey Epstein for $250 a person. She's the person who ought to be prosecuted instead of being on CNN and talking as if she were a victim. She's not a victim. She's a perpetrator. She's a criminal.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.